What's up, playback? What's going on, man? Let me get this banner set up. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in for this one. Y'all hit the like button as you come up in here. Quick topic. I'm on the road, so hopefully the signal is straight. Let some people get in here for a sec. But shout out to the playback. Before I get into the main topic, I want to give a couple of updates and Flame of Fame to a few fighters, if I may. And with the state of boxing, it hasn't been too much Flame of Fame that I can give, but when it is some Flame of Fame to give, I always do my best to give it, man. So Flame of Fame, let me pull it up. Pull up these banners right quick. Firstly, Flame of Fame to Chocolatito and Julio Cesar Martinez for enrolling in VADA testing for their March 5th bout. Shout out to them. They did, I think, about a month, 4 weeks of VADA testing. So, it's not a whole lot of time for testing, that they're doing, but there's people that's not VADA testing at all. So shout out to Chocolatito, Flame of Fame, Julio Cesar Martinez, Flame of Fame to you as well, man. For advocating for a clean sport and setting the example when it's not as popular, because this is not a popular time to set the example to be a clean athlete, because it's a lot of people that choose not to be clean athletes. Also, Flame of Fame to Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They are VADA testing as well. Shout out to them for setting the example in women's boxing. When you have a fight of this magnitude on this level, you should have the highest level testing. And VADA has proven time and time again that they're the most consistent, most thorough, and they got the most bodies. They got the most bodies on their resume as far as catching cheaters. USADA dropped the ball multiple times. UCAD has dropped the ball multiple times. And seems like VADA is the only one that has shown consistency throughout the duration of sports to try to clean the sport up. So shout out to them. Flame of Fame, Katie Taylor, and Amanda Serrano. May the best woman win. And whoever will win that fight, there should be no excuses about, performance enhancing drugs and things like that, because they actually are doing, let me see, they actually damn near did, what, 2 months of testing. So that was great. I wish all big fights like that, all fights, period, had that amount of testing. 6 to 8 weeks of testing. But not everybody liked the testing. So let's get into the main topic. Jermell Charlo takes to social media in light of the recent news that his undisputed matchup versus Brian Castano will be postponed. It was initially scheduled for, I believe, March the 19th in Los Angeles at the newly named arena, the Crypto Arena. Used to be Staples, but it's now Crypto Arena. He went out and insinuated that Brian Castano could be possibly faking an injury, and he threw out there that he needed to get on board with VADA testing. Now, a couple of things came to my head, right? Because the injury was just reported recently, I think like a couple of days ago. And the fight is scheduled for March the 19th. Y'all should have been testing. Long time ago, man. The fight was announced, I think, a month ago, a month and a half ago, something like that. Um, and I feel like for Jermell to come out and say that now, I feel like that's kind of late to be mentioning that, man. You should have been said that. Not wait until what, 2 weeks before the fight, 2 or 3 weeks before the fight, and then say, hey man, he need to enroll in VADA. Like if he didn't get injured, would Jermell have said anything? That's my question. I'm not, I don't be doing that fanboy shit. I like Jermell Charlo. I like Brian Castano as well. But I like a clean sport better. 4 weeks is not enough for this type of fight, man. 3 weeks, definitely. That's a no-go. Anything below 4 weeks, that's a mockery. That's a joke. That's not nothing real, man. You know. So I don't know if Brian Castano legitimately has an injury or if he's legitimately ducking VADA. I know that there's a WBC belt on the line. So once again, with this sport, we find out how so many rules switch up and how the energy is not kept the same, because as a WBC champ, or if you're fighting for the WBC, it used to be, it was a no-brainer. You have to be VADA tested. But things have changed up. Things have changed up. Hopefully Brian Castano can provide some documentation about this injury. It's crazy you got to do that now, because dudes is using COVID, injuries and sparring, all kind of stuff just to pull out of fights. I don't know if it be legitimate or not, but there's been a lot of funny, fishy business going on ever since they returned from the lockout, this pandemic shit. So I pay attention to the boxing, not as much as I used to, but I mean, damn. Yeah, anybody that has an injury, they need to provide documentation. Let me see the doctor know, fam. And in any world champ, especially on that top level, y'all should be having minimum 6 weeks of VADA testing, man. 6 weeks of VADA testing. Let me see what's going on in the live chat. Seti, what's up, fam? Lisa Bells, grand rising to you. Get them likes up, please. Shelton Moore, what's going on, family? What's going on? You said, what do I think? Specifically what, Shelton? Brown Gone One, what's up, bro? Brown Gone One said I used COVID to get extra vacation days. So shout out to Brown Gone One. Being honest, man. A lot of people using COVID to get out of situations. I've seen it. You know what I mean? I have seen it. I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Brian Castano and Jermell. I seen the image of Jermell. Jermell looked like he in tremendous shape. I know that it's got to be really frustrating as a fighter when you go through training camp, you dedicating yourself, and then you get like a week and a half or something like that right before the fight, and then all of a sudden somebody pull out of the fight for injury or some other nonsense or depression. It's just weird times, man. I be feeling like a lot of times, man, dudes be needing time to cycle off. I'm not saying it's this situation, but a lot of times they be needing time to cycle off. They be needing time to just to make sure that they don't get that L, stalling tactics. But who knows, man? Who knows? But I definitely feel like Jermell Charlo should have spoke up sooner about Brian Castano if he was avoiding that VADA testing. You know what I mean? That should have been in a contract. Like, look, man, we're gonna do this amount of testing. It's crazy. Dudes do not want to do catch no clean phase no more. find shortcuts. Damn. Watching boxing now it could be depressing, man. Do you believe he is injured or Castano cycling off? I mean, if he's cycling off, like, to be in training camp cycling off, is like y'all should have been testing already. Like, I don't even know. I can't even put that. I don't know, Shelton, to be real with you. But PBC been having a lot of mysterious injuries a week before the fight. Errol Spence had the same shit. He got injured in sparring. What's his name? Fabian Maidana. The same week, that Errol Spence got injured, he got injured in sparring. So, you know, PBC be kind of having these mysterious ass shits happening right before the fight. So I don't damn know, Shelton Moore. Haplotype. What's up, OG? What's up? What's up, bro? Mel should have took advantage of this extra time to learn some new skills and sharpen his toolbox. He might have. I mean, I was just saying that a little bit ago, like, the frustration probably build up when you ready to go and an unfortunate situation happened where your opponent got to pull out. And that's why he frustrated. He taking to social media, I think. Like, whatever, man. Show the doctor report. Y'all not gonna keep playing these games. Lions only, nigga. Show me the report. You know, but he got to keep his composure. And Jermell Charlo, man, is one of the last of the free smoke fighters on PBC, man. One of the last few. Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo is some of the last few. There's some others, but, you know, it's gonna hurt my brain trying to think of the other ones and shit. But Porter was one, but he retired. But Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo, I'm a fan of these guys. You know, I'm not a fan of a 2-week VADA testing or whatever they was trying to do, if they was going to do VADA testing at all. But Brian Castano's free smoke, Jermell Charlo's free smoke. See, I'm not a fan of complexion and shit. I'm a fan of energy, man. The energy of the fighter, the heart of the fighter, the skill set of a fighter. Y'all are fucking, a lot of y'all are just, shout out to 11 Night Hebrew. He said, y'all are boxer fans, not boxing fans. I am a boxing fan. Whatever color, hair texture, and all that shit, eye color, go into the category. If your skills is up to par, I can fucks with you. See what I'm saying? A lot of y'all can't do that. That's why this UGC is rare, man. It's a rare platform. Everybody else, it got to be banging a flag, got to be banging a color, all that old weirdness, man. All you got to do is keep the same energy with us, you know? Back up what you say, and when you get on some ducking shit, we don't discriminate. We'll put your ass in the flame too. You know? And then what happens is the boxer fans will come through trying to defend their favorite boxer, and we'll cook y'all ass too. You know? Respectfully. We'll crispily send you on your way for the playback. If a fighter's injured, do they have to show proof to the sanctioning bodies? Says Lisa Bell. It's a good question. They should, man. There's a lot of money on the line. You know, like venues and tickets. They definitely should, because you playing with people money. You playing with the other opponent, you know, if it's some fake shit. So, yeah, they should be able to show proof. That's a lot. And Lisa, that's something that a lot of people don't like to do nowadays. You know, they love to just talk shit. But when it comes to showing and proving, then it's crickets. You know, crickets. Like on this YouTube shit, the YTBC. Niggas love to talk about some shit. But when it's time to show some shit, then it's crickets. They'll talk over a video with a picture of a guy, their favorite guy up. They'll talk over him. He is the greatest pound for pound. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And then it's like, when you shut up, can you show us the real shit? You know. BBC trying to see if they're going to get the Canelo fights first. So they told Castano to pull out, says Grindhard Sports. Well, you got to show us a receipt on that. Show us a receipt where PBC told Castano to pull out. We can't do that either, Grindhard. You know, that's just opinions. That's just what you think happened. You know what I mean? I was looking forward to this fight. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm very disappointed in it. You know, and I'm gonna be very disappointed if it ain't no VADA testing. You know, Katie Taylor and Serrano can VADA test, no problem. Chocolatito and Julio Martinez can VADA test, no problem. How come the undisputed matchup? Matter of fact, Canelo and Caleb Plant did VADA testing, no problem. So come on now, the bar's been set high. You know, you got to be on some big champ shit, and you just use the big champ testing, man. VADA. Ronald, what's up, dog? VADA or nada? VADA or nada? Subscribe and join the channel if you're new. Hit and see, when you being truthful, you ain't got no problem. You can show the documents, man. I wish in the hell somebody would try to pull my card. I keep receipts with me, you know. So hopefully, Castano will show that receipt. Hopefully, he'll show the receipt. Oh, that's what's up. Brian Hart said WBO asking for proof. If that's true, bruh, that's how they supposed to do it. Every time somebody come up and say that they got an injury, all right, cool. Show us. Give me your doctor note. Show me where the doctor said you are not physically fit to perform in this fight. There's nothing wrong with that. Boxer fans get in the casket in the UGC. I mean, that shit is regular, bro. Regular. I believe that Castano is injured. Fight is rescheduled for 3 to 4 weeks. Plus, Castano feels he won the first fight. Not afraid of Mill. No. But see, look, this would be the flip of the coin. A lot of times people will say certain things about injuries when testing comes around. You know, they'll pull out of a fight when testing come around. I'm not saying that that's what the case is, but why would Jermell mention this, right? And why would he throw that in the midst of saying, y'all not going to be tricking me and whoop-de-whoop? How are they tricking you, Jermell? So obviously you don't believe it's an injury. You think it has something to do with VADA testing. Jermell threw that out there. So I would like to hear some answers on that as well. You know, first showing proof to the WBO that it was a real injury. And then after that, go ahead and enroll in VADA testing. Both of y'all. You know what I mean? Did I miss anybody? Let me see. I hate to admit it, but every time I hear of a fighter pulling out at the last minute or something similar, I always suspect foul play. Yeah, it's been a lot of that this year and late last year. These last minute pulling outs, man. That shit is fishy, bro. Let me drop this link, man, just in case y'all got a minute to chop it up. No fanboys allowed. No fanboys allowed. Nobody ain't got no energy for you lames, man. Only the squad. Let me see. Agree, Ron. However, Ugas kicked Pac-Man ass with a torn bicep. I mean, and to be honest with you, if it's a legitimate injury, he don't have to fight with it. It just be something where it'd be a situation where some fighters, they'll sign the contract, they'll sign off on the paperwork that they're not injured and they physically fit to go. So if you physically fit to go, then after you get blazed, don't talk about your shoulder or your you know what I mean, torn rotator cuff and shit like that, because you lied. True media, bro. That's all y'all gotta be on. Shelton, what's up, man?
Big bro, what's happening, man? How you been?
Good, man. Just you know, just weighing in on this topic. It's undisputed, man. So you give your thoughts, man. You said you think it's a legitimate injury?
Yeah, because the reason I say that, bro, is because we all know that Mel's emotional, man. You know what I'm saying? He liable to anything. You know, I'm these dudes. They get all in their feelings, and now all of a sudden somebody trying to cheat him, and he's trying to do this and that. Look, I believe the man got an injury because if you're a fighter and you're a world level fighter such as a Castano, you already fought this dude and you feel you beat this dude. What's the fear factor? Now, the only thing I can say is if he is cycling off something, then it makes sense that I'm gonna pull out, cycle off, then I can jump in the test and I can make it straight. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
I don't want to throw that jacket on him.
Nothing in his
He tried to show and prove your injury.
nothing in his character has shown me so far that Castano's, on that page.
Did they test the first time?
I'm pretty sure they did. It was an undisputed fight, so I'm pretty sure they did.
But hey, we'll have to go back and look that up. I don't want to just say they did for sure. I can't remember off top. I'll look it up after this live, though.
Yeah, Charlo, he gonna call him out on it. They've been having like little sneaky, little bad blood outside of the ring too, man. Because you remember Castano, he wasn't even finna fight Charlo. He told Charlo he got to change his gloves, and they were about to fight at the weigh-in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their teams was Jermell Charlo, the brother. He got into it with Castano team at the first weigh-in at the weigh-in at the first.
I remember that. Like I said, bro, emotional. Them dudes is emotional.
So, Brian Hart, you said in your comment that Castano don't have a second look for Mel. He knows Charlo got his timing down. He needs more time. So you think he's stalling? He needs more time to prepare for Mel?
No, I'm not even. I'm just trolling. I'm not really sure what's really going on. If he faking or not, I don't know.
That's not the fight I saw, big bro. That's not the fight I saw.
Go ahead, speak on it.
Yeah, I had Castano edging out that first one.
Bro,
I had him kicking Mel's ass 7-5. I mean, Mel. Every time Mel tried to come forward, Mel would catch him with the jab, and when he was boxing, when Mel was in the center of the ring, he was doing well. But he kept allowing Castano to push him to the ropes. So when he pushed him to the ropes, he got worked.
He did not look like himself, man. And he was doing a lot of head hunting too.
Yeah, he definitely got. What can he do differently? Shelton Moore, Jermell Charlo, that is, and then we'll ask Brian Hart Sports what he think his game plan should be going against Castano on the rematch.
He has to return to the Mel that beat Tony Harrison in the second fight. Boxer puncher. He got to box his way into the big shots. He got to box his way to the big shots. Stay off the ropes and keep fighting the center of the ring. Because when Castano gets him to the ropes, he has nothing for Castano. He don't have enough work rate.
Now hold on, Shelton. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I didn't like Jermell's second performance against Harrison, man. I felt like, if it was for the knockout, he would have lost. He was getting outboxed easy.
Yeah, that's a real bad style for him, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying Harrison is a boxer. Harrison is a classic boxer. So any boxer is probably gonna do well against Jermell because Jermell, like my man Grindhart was saying, Jermell likes to headhunt. Jermell just wants to walk through people and power and just overpower them, and you can't do that all the time. You got to have some boxing in your game. You got to be able to keep it in the center of the ring. Use your size, your length, use your athleticism. He wasn't doing none of that against Castano. He was just trying to outfight the man, and he lost.
I don't know, man. I mean, what you think, Grunhart? How should he approach Castano, man, in the rematch?
Yeah, like in the second fight, Castano, he's a little short, so it's hard to touch them guys' body like that. But one thing about Castano, I noticed that he's not really active in the middle of the ring. Charlo got to try to keep him in the middle of the ring. Castano, he try to corner you off on the ropes and try to wail on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree because he even did that against Laura. When I watched that,
it looked exactly like the Laura fight. That's why I kind of gave it to him because he fought his fight, man. He did.
Yeah. He looked more comfortable doing what he was doing. Jermell looked very uncomfortable with what he had to deal with Castano. So I agree with you there. I agree.
Hey, Q the guy. Hold on, y'all. Q the guy. Don't come in here with that shit, man. That
Oh,
nigga
Q
was
here?
robbed in his hometown. He got his ass whooped. Just keep it clean.
Hit the link, Q. So let me see what he said. Let me see what he said, man. Let's see what he said.
Oh yeah,
Charlo was robbed in the first fight. Nah, we can't do the robbery shit. I'm okay with a draw, split, going either way. Nah, I don't think there was a rob. You can't say no robbery for Jermell. I can't go with that. Now, if you feel like that, you feel like that, but that ain't gonna go too far out here, man, with that robbery for Jermell. Jermell is not even really screaming robbery. He just felt like he had to do some things better, and he
and
felt
that
like he
man
was
looked
come out on
so
top.
happy after the fight. He had a big ass smile on his face after the fight.
He was relieved, like Wilder and Fury in the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas
But
relieved
he
and
a
shit.
great fighter though, man. I respect the shit out of
Nah,
Charlo. He's
what
fighting
you
the
talking
dudes.
about, Black? Fury cheated in the first fight. You forgot?
He cheated, huh? Y'all still ain't put up no
That's what
evidence.
they say. They say he had egg weights, glove, and hammers in his gloves and all kind of shit.
Y'all
Yeah,
still ain't
man.
pulled his dividends
That
out.
whole 2 years in between them, that second and third fight was pure entertainment on YouTube.
Oh my goodness. If you want to call it that.
It was classic, bro. That shit was classic.
Yeah, man. When I seen Young Pharaoh get involved, I said, "Oh yeah, man, this is some epic shit."
Everybody about to pull up and body bag each other about the shit. It was just too much. That job was too funny.
Hawk say, "Oh yeah, now I remember. I thought your boy Charlo lost the first fight, but also said I think he would win the rematch. But I just believe he can do better. I actually am favoring him in the rematch as well. Um, I felt like he was able to rock the shit out of Castano twice in that fight. Now,
Mhm.
if Castano, my prediction is if Castano can avoid the big shots from Jermell, he'll outbox him easy. He'll outbox him easy. But if he gets hurt, I think Jermell gonna put him away this time. That's my opinion. What y'all think?
Yeah, I don't think Charlo was listening to Derek James like that either, man.
I'm with you though, Black. I think if Charlo can hurt him, he can get him out of there. Because he almost had him out of there a couple times in the second, and I think in the ninth round he had him hurt. If I'm
He
not
had him
mistaken.
hurt big, yeah.
But the
Oh
thing is,
shit, Q
work
here.
rate. That's what
What's up?
kills me with today's fighters, man. They don't have a high work rate. Their work rate ain't enough to get a motherfucker out of there.
What's up, Q?
UGC, OG
What's up,
show,
bro?
man. What's good with y'all?
Just talking about this topic, man. Jermell out here saying Castano, he don't want to enroll in VADA. He need to show some documentation, man. Show the doctor note. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts on this
yeah.
situation? Then you said Charlo got robbed the first fight.
Man, he got robbed. I ain't gonna lie, he got robbed.
Q, I'm shocked
I'm
at you,
saying that.
bro.
I'm
Q,
saying that.
I'm shocked at you,
I'm
bro, with
saying
that
that.
bullshit, bro.
OG. I'm saying that.
How'd you
I'm
gonna have
saying
to
that.
tell us your score, man?
I'm saying
Go ahead.
that after the second watch. I was
After
at
the
the
second?
fight live. I was at the fight live. Shit, very good seats. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I thought it was a draw. I couldn't really give it to either or. And then even the momentum of the whole fight, just sitting back and thinking about it, it wasn't that's how it was. It wasn't really, it was people that, that they like Castano performance, but it was still either or. You had people saying Charlo won, had people saying Castano won. I went back and rewatched this fight like 3 days ago, bro.
Uh-huh.
Charlo
So
beat
what?
him.
What
Charlo
was it?
beat him.
What did he beat him with? What was it? What was it? The jab or what? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
What?
like later in the fight, like I'm gonna just start like this. Like the first what 7 rounds, I had it going in. I had it going. Now, matter of fact, the first 5 rounds I had Castano 3-2. Now going into the seventh round, I got it tied up. So So when I'm watching it, I'm looking to see Castano land some punches and all that, and he wasn't landing. Like, yeah, Charlo was kind of going on a roast, but he actually started establishing his jab. Castano started looking crazy, bagging up, just sitting there trying to block shots with the high guard. You know what I mean? And the only thing that Charlo messed up, he didn't consistently go to the body. You know, he headhunted. You know, and then in the beginning of the fight, Castano was able to work that momentum because he had Charlo looking kind of awkward, and he had hurt him in the third. But man, I'm watching that he actually washed him. He washed him after the eighth, like clear, beat him up, and then he hurt him in the 10th. Like I ain't gonna lie, it was a clear wash. I had it like 8-4, 9-3, bro.
God damn.
Real talk. I ain't gonna lie. If you go back and watch it, if you don't believe me, please go back and watch that.
I'm gonna watch it today. I got some doors to hang, but after I do that, I'm gonna watch it today because I didn't see that. I saw 7-5. I saw 7-5. Castano just because of the work rate. He kept working and he kept consistently pushing Charlo to the ropes. Now Charlo hurt him off the back foot on the ropes. That was the 10th round. I thought it was the 9th, but that was the 10th round. But other than that, Charlo was covering up and he was headhunting like my man Grindhard was saying. He kept headhunting and he was missing a lot. That's why I gave the fight to Castano, because of the consistent work rate, the consistent pressure, and he was in that nigga's ass. That's why I couldn't call it a robbery.
Yeah, and the reason why it is cool on the playback, because PBC really ain't even released the fight yet. So the playback that I'm watching, you know how when they stream it, they zoom the fight up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you really get to see what's landing and what's not. Like Castano was missing. Like Charlo started fighting using this jab and stuff like that, but you could tell he really wasn't good at the pivot. Derek James, I ain't gonna lie, he really not. He overrated. Derek James overrated when we talking coaching.
Wow.
He overrated.
That's your head for that, bro.
He overrated. He overrated, bro.
You gonna make me watch it again, man. You know, I thought that was a little Houston bias.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that fight on camera because I ain't seen that fight nowhere.
Q, in trouble, Q.
You sure they ain't got that fight up?
You gonna have niggas coming at your head talking about
Man,
yeah.
Hey, man, they can say what they want, like, but I done seen him. I done seen him when he fought Tony Harrison in the second fight, how he was talking to him, really wasn't giving him nothing to adjust to, telling him what he's seen or none of that. He didn't do that. He did the same thing in the corner. I'm hearing him. I can hear Derek James yelling at him. That's how close I'm sitting in the second fight. I can hear Derek James yelling at this guy sometimes. You can hear Charlo screaming, telling him what to do. You know, big Charlo. But, you know, I got film of it and all that, but man, I'm telling you, like, when you go back and watch it, like, that shit really damn near a wash, like, after the eighth. Like, Charlo started establishing his jab, and Castano, he wasn't landing. And Charlo, he isn't good at pivoting. So that's why he always damn near walked himself into the ropes and couldn't get off. But Castano didn't land, and Charlo was hitting him in the body, touching him to the body, and he started using that jab. And Castano started looking crazy, covering up, walking backwards. He wasn't really landing, but you gonna see it when you watch it.
Let's go back to that though, Black. We gotta address that. Let's go back to that. Give me your feelings on Derek James being overrated. I think he's overrated too. I actually agree with Q. I think he's a little bit overrated too, but what's your thoughts on it?
I don't want to say overrated. I just think that only certain fighters work good with Derek James. It depends on the style. You know what I mean? I don't think like he could just take any fighter and then make him into a champ. I think that against certain ones, maybe they gotta, with the chemistry and the style that they have. But I think that he works on just too much power, just power. And a lot of times they be looking sloppy in there. Like Jermell be looking sloppy at times, I don't know whether the credit, put that on Jermell or Derek James, but some of the shit that Derek James be saying, I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I think when he's
Brown could have did better.
He sound like T.O. Daddy sometimes, right?
He be what?
I said Derek James, he sounded like T.O.'s dad sometimes, don't he?
No, not that bad, but
yeah, that's fucking bad.
That's horrible. That man in the league of his own. So hell no, Derek ain't that bad. But I think he said some shit like do the EJ on him. He told Jermell that one time. So, yeah,
what?
that was horrible.
What?
Go do the EJ on him or some shit. He told Jermell to
You
do that.
lost all credibility with me saying.
He said told him to do the EJ.
Do the EJ on him or some shit.
He told him that in the corner.
When he fought Harrison. The first time, I think.
Yeah, he was just screaming crazy shit like, "Get him the fuck out of here!" Ooh,
What in the
and I'm
fuck?
like, bro,
No, do EJ on him. Like what?
and then the thing, like, I still don't see like Charlo. He's not a good inside fighter. He literally has to fight at his range. He really ain't good at boxing on the outside like that. He all right. You know, he wasn't able to do it against Castano. It wasn't like he was boxing and moving. He stood there and boom, he worked behind the jab, you know, and he kept pumping it, doubling it up and shit like that. You know, when Castano really couldn't land, he was missing. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just things I'm not seeing Charlo improve on. And then when I see him in the corner, it's not like he ain't giving instruction. Either you telling the boxer what to do,
Yeah, like
you telling
that's
him
my
what
thing.
he's not doing.
When it comes to like training camp and shit, I don't know. Maybe he do good in there, but when he in the corner and it's live action, that shit be like, that's some weird shit. Like it don't be seeming like he telling them the right stuff. But you know, hey man, hopefully they on point for this particular matchup, man.
He gonna knock Castano out for sure. He knocking Castano
I was just about to.
out.
I was gonna ask you, Q. Like I was about to ask you if it go the distance or not for this. So you picking a knockout?
I'm telling you, he gonna knock Castano the fuck out. Real talk.
That's the only way I feel he gonna win, bro.
That's why he's still in LA. If he don't knock him out, he loses.
He already got the built-in excuse. You know what I mean? His arm is
Injury.
Castano is about to agree to come right back to Houston too, but they moved it.
And I was gonna watch that shit too. I was gonna be at that fight. I would have loved to been able to say I was at both of them undisputeds, man. But
the last one was San Antonio, right?
Yeah,
last one San Antonio. Okay.
Castano was like, I'm not fighting that nigga in Houston no more. Fuck that.
Really, it was straight. I ain't gonna lie. Like
he agreed at first, but I guess the company moved it.
Bro, cause I ain't gonna lie, like Castano probably had he probably was like 30 deep and that shit. His people was down there as loud as everybody else. It wasn't like everybody was there. The guy that was sitting behind me, he had flew in from Chicago.
But think about the fans he gonna have in LA. That shit gonna be packed out.
I mean, I think they just they're trying to bring the stars out.
There's Argentinians a lot in LA. I thought it was Mexican.
I mean, but Hispanic though. They Hispanic support
Mexicans
Hispanic.
Gonna ride with him.
Shit.
So
if you talking,
y'all seen he was already sparring with Virgil,
bro.
For this training camp.
It's more Hispanics in goddamn San Antonio. Like that shit, like little Mexico down here, bro.
Yeah.
So but what you think about cities like LA, Q? How many Mexicans we got out here?
Shit, I mean, I don't know, but I think it's more of a star appeal, celebrity appeal. They want to get some, you know what I mean? That they want to see motherfuckers iced out.
But here's the thing, though, bro. Neither one of them dudes is stars like that. Ain't nobody finna take the time out their day to go see no Brian Castano or no Jermell Charlo.
Shit, Mel fuck with Chris Breezy.
Oh, that CB shit. CB don't even go to that nigga fights, man.
Damn.
He don't.
For real though. Have you ever seen that nigga at his fight?
Oh yeah, I seen him with Chris Brown on his live. But he hang with him a lot outside the ring.
Yeah. I was gonna say
why he can't never show up to male fights though, man.
Shit, when you ever seen Drake at Shakur shit?
Oh, they boys? Shakur and Drake?
He got the OVO shit on his fucking pants.
None of them niggas is stars.
I don't want to see Drake soft ass at those.
I'm just
if Drake show up, that man might lose, bro.
Nah, Shakur. Hey, he needs to show up to the Valdez fight. Walk his ass out to the
Valdez fight. They stars, Black. They nobody.
Valdez might starch him if Drake walk him out, bro.
I guess we got to give Tank credit because Tank be bringing their ass out.
Yeah,
Tank be bringing LeBron and all them at his game. At his fight.
He do be having the celebrities out. Yeah.
Black, how many times have I told you, bro?
I
These
mean,
dudes
Bud
ain't
done
stars,
brought
bro. They are
fucking
nobodies.
Rick
They're
Ross
not
to Omaha and
stars.
shit.
Stop with
They
the narrative.
comments. They comments and meteors, man.
Shit, Bud done brought the stars out. Rick Ross was all up in this shit. You know what I mean?
Bud be bringing the rich motherfuckers out, man.
Yeah, Black. You know what I mean? Warren Buffett and shit. Come on now.
Right. Shit.
Yeah,
They
bro. With
treated
all
that
these
nigga like a
pay-per-views
goddamn.
flopping like
They
that.
treated that nigga like a god in the UK.
Hey, Charlo are as big a stars as Bud Crawford in boxing.
Hell no, man. After I seen how they was all on Bud more than fucking Amir Khan in UK.
Yeah, I think that narrative's starting to go away with Bud with all these pay-per-views flopping now. Shit.
Oh, with PBC?
Hell
Yeah, I think Bud,
Hey,
shit, if you really look at it, he one of the biggest pay-per-view stars right now. Right now.
Man, did y'all
what?
see? Man, y'all see
Tank Davis didn't do more numbers than him. Jake Paul didn't do more numbers than him. Thurman didn't.
Jake
I'm
Paul
talking about
didn't.
the
What are you
last
talking
fight.
about?
And they love that nigga in the UK, boy. They was all over.
Yeah.
He was the biggest star than the fighters.
Well, I mean, that's how you supposed to treat. Hey, hey, Shelton, ain't that shit so backwards, man? Like out here in America, they fucking the fans gravitate to the little champ shit for the most part. But somebody who won a big champ shit like Bud Crawford, undisputed, former undisputed, top pound for pound, he don't even get love like that out here. But he got to go to another country to get the real love that he's supposed to get.
Hating
That shit
ass
crazy,
niggas, man. Hating ass niggas.
Because the niggas that's supposed to be supporting him, Black, is hating on him because he won't give me interviews. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Niggas
I'm
got to
not
get
really
out their
sure.
feelings off that interview shit.
I think Bud, he sell out stadiums in US though.
Man, did
like a
y'all
lot of channels like favor Spence over him and stuff, but like I think he is like a decent draw though. You know what I'm saying? Because he done sold out stadiums. Like his last couple fights, he been selling out.
I don't know about him doing better numbers than somebody said that Jake Paul and shit. How's Bud doing better pay-per-view numbers than him? What you talking about, right?
Jake Paul just did like 65K, bro.
Because he got the
Jake
kitty
Paul
on.
didn't do no motherfucking 65K, bro. I know he did way more than that.
Jake Paul got the kitty audience, bro. He gonna do.
You must got Keith Thurman numbers mixed up with Jake's or something, bro.
Now they say Keith did 39. 39K, bro.
I heard he did 40 grand, but what did I tell you?
Superstar ass Keith, man. Chief Keith.
Ain't nobody
$10
finna
million
watch no
one
dude
that
coming off a 3-year layoff fighting another dude who just got knocked out. Ain't nobody finna watch that.
Man, that nigga didn't even get $1 million to fight that guy.
There's no excuse.
Yeah, he got like
Bud versus Spence should be next.
Man,
assuming Spence get past Ugas.
Man, did y'all see them?
Did y'all see
them?
Nowhere else to go, man.
Man, Spence gave that nigga Ugas 50-50. That nigga bullshit.
No.
That
Hell
can't be
nah.
true, bro.
Hell nah. You better
be
be lying, nigga.
I sent OG the article yesterday.
Please drop the link, bro. Please drop that shit in the live chat for me to have it, man. That would be the third nigga he went 50-50 with, bro.
And he only guaranteed 1.5.
A-Side Spence went 50-50 with Ugas?
Nah, bro, that's a very bad look if he did that with Ugas.
Bro, please tell me.
Bullshit. That shit is bullshit. Them niggas is nothing.
Shelton, please tell me this shit is cat.
OG, did you look at it?
I looked at it, bro.
If he did that, he should have been fought, Bud. Shit.
Nah, nigga, it's over with, bro. Please drop the link, man.
And he only
Black, you know I'm
bro.
a Spence defender. I've been trying to convince you Spence wasn't ducking this man.
Hey, Method, drop the link. Hey, Method, drop the link in the chat. Method got it. I sent it to him too.
That's the big
I need to keep that, man, on reserve, bro. I'm gonna put that shit in a digital envelope. Send me the link. You said this man going 50-50 with non-English speaking Cuba Ugas?
Yup. And
that's the big fish, y'all.
And they say they looking the net probably around like 5 million.
Nah, bruh.
Because the Ugas Manny pay-per-view didn't do great. So that shouldn't make him get 50-50 with Spence, you know, if he going by the same criteria, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he did 250. He did 250. Shit,
hey,
Earl did what?
Hey, Black, let me ask y'all something. Ain't all that 60-40 big fish shit just cap for I don't want to fight this dude because I don't think I can beat him.
Bruh. Hey, wasn't Bud trying to defend him recently? I think
No,
Bud was
Bud,
trying to
yes,
defend
Bobby
Spence
said he
recently.
wanted to fight.
He trying to
Look,
save that fight for some reason.
I know
look,
he wants
Iron dropped the link. Iron Khan dropped the link.
but it's the
Iron Kong?
politics behind the same thing you've been saying, Black, the whole
Oh
year.
my
The
God.
same thing you've been saying, Black, the whole year. It's not Spence, it's the people that control Spence that don't want this fight. That's what you've been saying. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
I've
mean,
been
we
saying
know.
too.
Damn,
Because at the end of the day, it look like shit. If we going by, man, shit, it look like you, man, Bud need that.
Dog, even with
Hey,
Bud saying
so
what he's saying, if he giving Ugas 50-50, that still looks bad, dog.
Man, Sean Porter just got guaranteed more money than Spence in his
Look,
last.
man, Spence.
that's true, bruh. So you
Look,
mean to tell me, Q,
when y'all
that
gonna get
Bud
that
and
you know
Sean about to make
bro?
more, or Bud and
That's
Sean make more than what Ugas and Spence about to make?
Yes.
Al
Oh my
Heyman, bro.
God.
Al
A
Heyman,
side
bro.
Yeah,
Bud.
Sean had got them pretty guaranteed.
How many times I gotta say
A
that, bro?
side Bud.
Al Heyman is using the Don King playbook. Pay these niggas low and stiff them on the back end. The same shit Don King used to do in the 80s, Al Heyman is doing right now.
Damn,
Yeah, that's why
bro.
Bud. That's
Why
why
you
Bud was
exposing
at
Al
top
like
rank
that,
with the
bro?
guarantees, the guaranteed money. You know what I'm saying? That he guaranteed to get 4-5 million, but PBC fighters they get like 1 or 2, and then the rest of their money depends on how many pay-per-views they sell.
Keith and Barrios was guaranteed 500,000 in their fight, both of them, and whatever upside that they did, 39 pay-per-views that they did and shit. So they
Yeah,
made
that's
five
a
hundred
good bit of
thousand
money.
dollars and 50 cents each.
Don't do Keith like that. I think he got 50. Man. I think Keith got 750, man.
Hell nah, nigga.
He
He
said,
got $500,750, nigga. That shit over with. Keith is a falling star, nigga. It's over. Spence style doesn't resonate in every division, says Ronald. Iron Cone said, man, I hope that info on that site is wrong. So
But
Iron
shit,
Cone dropped the link in the chat, man. I'm appalled. I am appalled. That man said half. That man where half of Ugas like they married, divorcing the shit, man.
yeah, man. See, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm telling. Like, you know, that's why it was just Spence was just talking. He wasn't even serious like that. You know what I mean? Like, he would think after the fights that he just did, the stardom would just be superseding him. But he ain't. Spence ain't outgoing and flamboyant, talking and all that shit. That nigga just as quiet as Bud. That nigga
man, he
fight
don't
and
talk
don't
to
do nothing. Only reason Spence really been making the headlines is shit because of he getting hurt. But you know he gonna come back. You know I ain't gonna lie. I got him beating him. I got him beating Ugas, man. I think that nigga look pretty healthy. He gonna drop some weight. That's when he start looking crazy. But you know what I mean.
Hey Q, how confident are you for Spence beating Ugas, man?
Uh, I say like 60-40.
60-40.
60-40. You know what I mean? I think Spence, he just outdog niggas, bro. Like even if Ugas do good, I just think like what people think gonna happen. They think Ugas gonna you know what I mean, clip Earl and knock him out or something. Like shit, I ain't never seen Earl hurt yet. You know what I mean? And I ain't one of them people who, you
I
know,
don't think that.
if a fighter say he good and to fight, you know, after a car wreck, after you know, the orbital bone or the you know, the eye
Yeah.
injury, you know, shit. I think you good. I ain't gonna bring that up in no excuse whether you win or you lose. I ain't gonna be like, oh man, and his eye was fucked up and he still won. Or I ain't gonna say, oh man, the eye the reason why he lost. They ain't got shit to do with it. You got in the ring, you said you wanted to fight. You know what I mean? So you good. Shit. No excuses.
Damn.
You
You
know,
know what? Ugas really fucked it up for Spence though, man, with that big payday. He beat
man.
Pacquiao, man. Now that nigga guaranteed 1.5 and going 50-50 with the back end with Ugas. Damn. Oh well. Hey man, you gotta seize the opportunities when they there, man. Sometimes, you know, that wrong side of the street, stalling and marinating tactics don't necessarily work out all the time, man. So, and I hope he win though, man. That's gonna be a Woo. If Ugas come out on top, man, the legacy. What happens to the legacy of Spence, man? If Ugas comes out on top, like how does that look, man?
Yeah. I mean, he just a regular guy. You know what I mean? He's just gonna be
I mean,
regular. All that extra, all this, and it's you know what I mean. Unless he come back strong and just do something crazy, but shit, that's gonna be a lot of fights because it really ain't no big fights in there. That's why it's like you gotta fight Terrence Crawford. It ain't like it's an outside fight for you to make. Like, what you gonna fight your stablemate? You know what I
man.
mean? So
Hey, I heard that I forgot who said it, but a rumor that that Spence is saying that he's gonna go after Crawford next after he gets the belt off of Ugas. Y'all think that's true, or y'all think he gonna go up?
man,
Escape.
man, I think he got to like shit. Like you,
Yeah,
man. I mean, you're
that's
back in
always
the
been the
corner,
plan.
bro. It's like you're back in the corner. What you gonna do? Get roasted? Get flamed? UGC flame?
Be honest,
Charbroiled? Nigga,
be
you gonna
honest
get
with you, I don't
flamed if
know
you
if he
don't
even
fight this nigga,
cared. Harold
bro.
be
He
acting like he
cared.
don't give a fuck sometimes with what people be opinions and how they feel about him.
Dog,
I'm
Nah,
gonna
have
get
you
my
ever
bag. I'm
looked
getting my
at
bag.
have you
nah.
ever looked at his
Harold
comments
cared.
like on his Twitter post? Like every time I look at it, like it's all Crawford. You need to fight Crawford. Like all
Yeah,
of the comments.
yeah.
I
So
don't
he
think
not
there's
gonna be able
nowhere
to.
else to go, but I think this is what he wanted to do. It seemed like a long time because the accident pushed it back 14, however months, you know what I'm saying, over a year, not his injury. It just seems like a long time, but it's always been the trail that he's supposed to be on. You know,
Yeah,
the next fight is supposed to be Crawford. There ain't no excuses.
yeah. No more running after this Ugas fight. You know, what I mean, big fish
Hell
don't need
yeah.
tune-ups like he stated. So, you know, I do
And
respect him about that. You
I
know,
want to
like
see them do
even
their
though he didn't
thing.
took some.
And I want to see them do their thing because Ennis ain't stepping aside, dog. Once he get in
And then
position,
step
he's in
aside.
position, dog.
Yeah, he about to fight Castillo Clayton. So once he beat Castillo Clayton, that's a legitimate top 5 guy in all the sanctioning bodies, man. You know,
Yeah.
even though he don't have no big wins, but that's still a top. He's still a top name in welterweight. One of the
Man,
top guys, the top 10.
after Castillo Clayton, I want to see the Blair Cobb fight. Blair Cobb fighting too much, talking too crazy. I need to see the
Yeah, Blair
147.
talking that shit, bro. I
Man, I
like it
need to.
too. Blair talking that
I look.
shit.
I love that shit. I love that shit, man. Come on, he need to run that fade. After you knocked out Delore, man, he was in your shit.
Yeah, he
I want
called
to
out
see
all
that
the
shit.
top guys,
That nigga from
Yeah,
Philly,
bro.
shit.
even
Run that
Bud.
shit.
Somebody gonna have to take that nigga away from him because he gonna be disrespecting niggas until they get in the ring with him, bro. Right, 1-2 kid, your boy
Mhm.
Blair the Flair, man, he out here talking cash shit. And I
Yeah,
like it
just
too.
act like Rolly. Act like Rolly. You'll get a fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me see. Haplo say if the article is correct, that's 60-40 on guarantee in favor of Spence, 50-50 on backhand. This backhand crap gotta stop. Just admitted Spence getting crumbs, says Ronald Finkley. Uh, TJ
Shit,
exactly. People usually go for commercial. Go ahead, Sal.
I ain't gonna lie, like this. I mean, eh, I guess, it's probably straight. You getting, you know what I mean, the gate. You know what I mean. That's why you want a lot of people. But that's why I'm saying, like, shit. When it do come to, him and Bud, bro. If that ain't the most 50-50 fight I ever seen. Goddamn shit. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? If people want to talk about the gate, like, bro, they can put that bit. Man, it's 50,000, nigga. Like, a motherfucker gonna pay good money for them tickets. Shit, I'm trying to hit that motherfucker up. Like, they better stop playing. They know what that fight is. Like, shit. If you think
Yeah,
of that,
man. It's too much money to be made. Everybody gonna fucking watch that shit, bro.
man, what Vegas? All the bets, my what,
Rich people, stars, celebrities, everybody coming out to that bitch, bro.
bro? Superstars, bro. And
Mhm.
man, come on, that fight'll be crazy. I don't know why they bullshit talking about that fight. Man. Don't
Yeah.
disrespect that man by not saying nothing. Don't disrespect that man by talking. Man, if you don't get that man, you, at
I
least
mean,
come on, bro. Both of them guys deserve at least like. you know, and that's why it's kind of crazy when you look at it. If the money really there, and that's why I think they all should just switch to a motherfucking app. Because if Bob Arum able to just, you know what I mean, give him just 10 million, you know what I mean, bro, the app crazy. I ain't gonna lie, like shit. If you looking at it, bro, like man, they charge like $13 for the app, bro,
Which
and
one?
they get shit PBC, shit any of them, you know,
Oh,
any
oh,
of these
yeah.
promotional companies, if they just switch it up to the app, like, bro, that's crazy. They can get an easy $100 million, you know, just off a million subscribers. That's crazy.
And let me ask y'all something, right? They said Kel Brook and Amir Khan sold out within like 10 minutes, and they looked at like a packed stadium, right? Do
Mhm.
you think the success of two old ass fighters like that would affect Spence and Crawford?
Man, but
In
you
what
see
way?
how UK love they boxing.
Yeah, that is true. UK is different. But in what way was you talking about, Brian?
Like they don't like care about the pressure of making that fight. Like they feel like they can just put them in there whenever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, wait till they 39 and shit, and they be like, okay, it's a big fight now. Come on, that type shit.
Yeah,
Man,
like they feel like, oh, it's always gonna be a big fight, so we don't care when y'all want it. You know what I'm saying?
Bud is not gonna be waiting around for that nigga Spence like
like
that, bro.
Ortiz and Guerrero.
Ortiz and Guerrero. Victor Ortiz and Raul Guerrero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that old ass matchup. Nah,
When
man.
that on the tank undercard? What undercard? Who
Yeah, I
undercard
think
was that
so.
shit on?
They was like the co. They was a co-main event. Whatever fight it was, they was a co-main. I was like, this is terrible, bro.
Come on, man. They gotta tighten up.
The Ghost versus Victor Ortiz.
They gotta tighten
Yeah, I
up.
seen Ruben Guerrero. I said, man, right. I'm like, this better be the
That
last
was
time
a
we see
that
Ruben
was a
Guerrero
surprise
in his
fight. I
prime.
didn't even see that on the card.
Yeah, and
Yeah, man,
Conor
they slipped
Ben
that in
called
there.
dude out. Conor Ben, he on his list. Robert Guerrero. He
Yeah,
got to step it
Connor
up,
is
man.
calling out. Connor calling out everybody, but he need to be calling in the VADA, bro. That's what he need to do. Shit, that nigga
He's
got
not
all of
even
this
really
energy to
calling
call
out
out
the right
people.
people either. He calling out
He got
people like Broner and
he called
Guerrero
out
and stuff
Eubanks.
like
Didn't he
that.
call out Eubanks? I'm like, bro, you better stay focused on welterweight. He calling out Eubanks and shit.
Like, is you gonna call for a title shot? Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody is
Nah, but
rushing
see,
to get a title, man. It's kind of, I don't
it's
like that
crazy,
shit,
bro.
bro. Everybody waiting for people to vacate. Virgil Ortiz, man, he's a fucking lie, bro. He's not gonna be ready for Bud and them after a fight or two. He finna wait for them dudes to vacate, and he finna fight for somebody we don't even know for a title. You know how that shit goes.
Shameful shit, bro. I was really shocked when I saw that. I had to really like look at this. I'm like, damn, Virgil. No, bro.
That's
Like,
why I fuck with fighters like Ennis. He said, I don't give a damn. I'll fight Bud. I don't give a damn what money y'all give me. I'll
Who
get
you
in that bitch for free.
who you talking
damn.
about? What Virgil do?
He's
Oh,
sitting
good.
around waiting for people to vacate the fight for a title. I don't like shit like that. And people be around here acting like he just big shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We got to kill that narrative. Virgil is not no boogeyman. It's receipts out here, man. That dude is not a boogeyman. He about to fight next month, and then he said he gonna need a fight after that before he feels he's confident to face, to fight for a title. So I'm like, these dudes get ordered, to get into these title eliminators and shit. They'll become number one contender, and then they want to start slow tracking the shit. They be on fast track, and then they start putting it on rewind. Like they'll start going backwards. You
Yeah.
know.
It was his ass. It was his ass that was supposed to be in the ring with Bud, not Porter. Porter was number two
Mm-hmm.
ranked behind him.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't
He
ready,
turned
man.
it down, so they went to Porter. Asked Porter he wanted to fight, so he took it.
Yeah, shout out to Porter for taking it. But that was so crazy because that shit slipped under the radar. How Ortiz started backtracking on this shit. First he was calling out Spencer Crawford, and now I need to take a few more steps first. Like what? He just did a
Man,
total
At
360.
least talk shit and let De La Hoya be the one that not come through. You know what I'm saying? Because if he
hey,
feel like you can't win, he ain't gonna make the fight.
Virgil Ortiz fucked
Man.
up because he speak English. If he was like Munguia and only speak Spanish, that nigga could fight 40-0 before he fight somebody for real.
Man.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
man.
we know about Munguia ass. That be the zone. The zone be protecting his ass. They ain't putting no
but
pressure on him at all.
Nah, bro. That's
but
Golden
I ain't
Boy,
gonna
man.
lie, I do fuck with Virgil though. I fuck with Virgil. He cold. He nice.
Virgil can fight. That's why it's so disappointing, Q. That's what make it so upsetting as real fans. It's like, damn, you two. These Mr.
Hell
Me
yeah.
Too ass niggas out here, man.
I
Just
And I
mean, but
feel like
shit,
these
I don't.
channels, I feel like a lot of these channels don't point him out because they from Texas and he from Texas.
Shit,
It's
fight.
I
like
done heard.
I
I
just
done
don't
heard.
rock like that. Like you can be my dog or whatever, but if you on some pussy shit, I ain't rocking with you on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I done heard Boots and Virgil talk some shit like they fight supposed to be down the road. Man, if y'all motherfuckers don't fight for an eliminator.
Oh,
Bro,
they saying
trust me,
that.
bro. You can look up a bunch of Boots in his interviews. Boots is ready for that man yesterday, bro. I'm telling you, man. That dude want to
What?
fight everybody. He don't give a
Well,
damn. That's
this
a
should.
real deal boogeyman right there.
We'll see.
I have heard them say that's a future fight though.
Well, yeah, that's not good. We should not be trying to build a fight when it's two of coming contenders, man. Like, what y'all gotta wait until y'all both get a strap before y'all fight? Come on, man. That's a hot fight.
Yeah, and I
You know,
ain't
that's
gonna
a hot
lie,
fight.
and I fuck
And
with
I
Boots.
kind of get it because like if they fight right now and it's wash them like and they both get belts, nobody gonna want to see them unify.
Hell yeah,
But damn, it's
especially
like
if it's a good fight. Cause I don't know if Boots will just watch them like. And just what I'm saying, like
no, it's just
everybody
hypothetical.
we've been seeing Boots in there with are little niggas. I fuck with Boots. I've been on Boots for
Mm,
like damn near I mean, long time ago. He been on collision ships undercards. So
mm,
it's like he's still just been fighting little guys. I want to see somebody big with some resistance, you know what I mean, who gonna punch, cause he get hit too, and I want to see if he gonna stick to boxing and punching, or is he gonna sit in the pocket and want to bang and get touched and shit like that? Because I know Philly fighters, bro. That's how real
mm,
Philly fighters do. They'll be like, fuck that boxing, and they gonna go. Know what I mean, they gonna fight.
Yeah,
mm.
it just like not even about the skills. Like at least just want the fights, bro. Like his
Yeah.
Right.
resume. You think Boots' resume is like that because he wanted to be like that? Hell no.
Yeah, yeah,
Virgil
he ain't had the
Ortiz
money
got
behind him.
opportunities. He can fight for a title anytime he wants, bro.
Yeah, he got the money behind him. Boots ain't had the money
That's
behind him.
that's that's my thing about it. Like nobody gonna look at him crazy if he lose to Bud or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Get in there and learn from that shit. Like Canelo did from Mayweather. You never know what your career gonna be like.
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder if it will ever be another Porter at welterweight. Somebody who touched the top, right? You know, he was a champ, and then even when he got knocked down, he still was willing to fight all the top guys, man. I mean, he fought for the IBF, he fought for the WBC, and he fought for the WBO. You know what I mean? So, um, I mean, like we need somebody else like that, like somebody who just is free smoke. Porter used to be one of them guys, man. Just one of them guys that was just gonna test everybody. Like, if you really wanted to go up the ladder, you got to go through this nigga right here. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't see nobody like that yet, man, who's just willing to mix it up with any and everybody. You know, it's too much politicking and business talk. You know, build this fight down the line. You know, that type of shit, man. So how that shit go?
Niggas think a tougher fight equal more money. Nah, bro.
Nah, these
Nah,
dudes
bro.
be trying to take light touches for the money. They'll take the
Yeah.
little bag just to be able to stay safe and protect their record, man.
Nah, I mean, it might be a little bit more money, but they be wanting like, man, 4.5, bro. You ain't never even got like 1.5 or nothing, bro. Like, come on. You want all this
Damn.
bread. Sean
So
Porter
go.
was down there bullshit.
Hey, so Golden Boy got Blair the Flair. I thought he was with somebody else.
They got Rashidi Ellis too. He a real good fighter.
Man,
How the fuck he gonna get fights being on there with Golden Boy, man?
They did
Shit.
Rashidi wrong.
They'll throw Blair Cobbs in there. They just not gonna throw Ryan and motherfucking Virgil in there with nobody. It's crazy. Ronald said, yeah, Blair the Flair is actually trying to get fights, but I hear Oscar giving him low bags, so he's trying to get Enos type fights. Damn. Having low guarantees like 2.5 million total, there may be a small back end for this one, Ronald. It's when the guarantees are overblown at the back end, it's nothing. Thomas Jones, what's up, bro? He said he hearing Boxer may want to deal with Bud. I've been hearing a lot about them. Ronald said Ennis shouldn't turn down any fights. Damn, bro, Virgil and Spence starting to make Texas look bad, says Jarris. Yeah, I was like, well, I was like when Spence was doing all the ducking and shit, I'm like, well, at least they got Virgil. People love Virgil. Virgil seemed like he free smoke. He calling out Bud. He calling out Spence, and then this shit.
They got Jermell Charlo. That's good.
Jermell's it, bro.
Spence, it's still out. It's still out. It's not for sure, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Jermell enough, bro.
Now, if he was to fight like Keith Thurman next or something like that, man, I'll be pissed the fuck off, man.
Who?
Spence.
If he fight Thurman, bro, that's gonna be a super backtrack because that nigga said he lame. I ain't fighting Keith.
He said he'd never fight him.
Yeah, and I already gave him a pass when he said he'd never go to Bud fight, and he showed up. I don't know if he a liar or not, man. But
that nigga get no passes, bro. He get no passes. He a grown man.
Come on, Truth. You can't be doing this, Mr. Truth. Come on now. You gotta be consistent. Let me see, man. 1-2 said when it comes to making the biggest fights in boxing, the energy turns to buffering. For real, bro. Oh, let me drop the link again for Shelton, man. Kicked his own self out, probably. Drop the link again.
Yeah, they bullshit, man. Man, that shit's so crazy when you talk about not making a big fight for some bullshit reason, and you give us a little ass fight and try to act like that shit big.
Bullshit, like, bro.
That's a regular TV unification to build up the fucking you put that fight on regular TV so you could build up your next fight for Crawford. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You want all the viewership you could get because he fighting Wooty Woo next. You know what I mean? They ass backwards.
Yep. Definitely. Shelton back.
Yeah, I just sent that link to all the homies, y'all. I gotta send it to Coach next. They gonna do a show on this shit. Mark Nash doing a show on it tonight.
On what? The Crawford shit? Crawford Spence or what?
Mark Nash said he doing a show on that tonight on the Big Fish.
The Big Fish, huh? Okay. We'll have to just look. We'll be looking forward to it. Who else showed up? Boxing Learner. What's up? What's good, bro?
What's up, bro?
Glad to have you on, man. And we just cooking on Charlo, Big Fish, Castano not showing no doctor reports, and being accused of avoiding VADA testing and shit. So
what's your
thoughts on all this, man?
Right. He should just clear it up. Just address it. That's the best way to, remove any doubts is to address it. Just show them that you had an injury and show them that you've been doing VADA. I don't know where he's training at, if he's in, Argentina or not. I saw some videos of him, somebody interviewing him. So I think he's in the States. So it shouldn't be too hard to, get some documentation out.
Mm. Yeah. Hopefully, man. Shit. Because, man, credibility, man, and accountability.
Yeah.
If you, and I think any fighter should do that, especially the ones that be like a week before the fight. That shit's suspicious. Like, okay, hey, look, all right, week before the fight, shit happens, but just go and give it to the doctor, though, man. Show us proof.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
I know Tim Tszyu wants to step in, but he's gonna have to reschedule. He's gonna have to find a different opponent for his U.S. debut.
Yeah, he needs to do that before his fucking U.S. debut end up like AJ, he get knocked out.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Charlo gonna starch his
Yeah,
ass.
he ain't. That dude is not ready for Charlo. He get hit way too much.
And
Yeah,
that nigga fighting surfers and shit. You better quit
he's
playing.
good, but he's not that good yet.
Wait, who?
Tim Zoo.
Oh, they replace. Yeah, so I mean, I like the fact that he got the energy. I don't know if he'll win, but I like the fact that he got that energy. So it's all about the energy of the fighter for me. You know what I mean? If you're willing to get in there, and that's why I flame Virgil, because first Virgil was talking about, I don't care if I'm ready or not. I just want that fight. And then they asked that boy 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago. He said,
Y-
I still need to take some steps
yeah.
before I get there. Like,
Yeah,
nigga, if you
behind.
don't climb
They
up
was,
them steps,
yeah, they was like
Yeah,
behind
Tim
the scenes.
Zoo. I'd watch that fight, but I don't think he deserves it. To be honest, I don't. I don't know who the hell he's beat.
Well, he's beaten only two guys that I rate. Dennis Hogan, and I rate Dennis Hogan because I felt he beat Jaime Munguia, and he beat an old Jeff Horn. That's it.
You said who beat Jaime Munguia?
I felt Dennis
okay.
Hogan beat Jaime Munguia, but they gave it the decision because he was in Mexico.
Jared Smith said Virgil team said they need 4 years for boots. God damn.
Yeah, he on that Golden Boy.
Somebody gonna go through high school before they fucking get in there and
Yeah,
fight for
Man,
this.
freshman to
Tripping.
senior.
These niggas is crazy nowadays,
nah,
dog.
it's Golden Boy. They trying to protect their investments because they trying to protect Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia was supposed to fight Demetrius Andra multiple times. He he had his little warmer fight when he first got to middleweight, but he was number one ever since then.
They be wanting these guys ranked high for nothing.
Yep.
Oh, I think, man, I kind of blame the fighters at Golden Boy too a little bit.
What's up, 1-2?
Cause
What's
look,
going on, Black?
man, like they didn't want Canelo to fight Laura, and he went against their wishes. I mean, if you really like in every interview, like really pushing for that shit like that, I think that they'll give it to you.
Yeah, they
Yeah, all you
Like
gotta do
Virgil
is
will get that fight if he really wanted that shit.
Hey, 1-2 kid, go ahead and cook, man. Let's get your thoughts on today's topics, bro.
Listen, this is how it's going down, y'all. look, I'm gonna put it like this. If these dudes need 4 years to fight somebody, or 10 million, an extra 3 million to fight quote unquote bums like Andre, right? That's what they call them, right? A bum. They need extra money.
Facts.
Like this is the energy, this is the
Woo,
buffering
we gotta do a
energy
topic
that I'm
on
talking about. All right. Now you got guys like Josh Taylor who said, you know what? I'm not worried about Spence. I'll fight him any day. But guy like Bud kind of scares me. But I need that. I need that energy because that's what makes great champions. So this is like the statement that Josh Taylor saying. He was like, that's what you need so you don't go stale. That's the type of energy we need in the boxing community, man. That's the type of energy that we need in boxing, period, y'all. Real talk.
Right. Not a lot of people focusing on the energy though. They just looking at, the complexion and everything else, man. Promoters, wrong side of the street, dumb shit like that. And as a result, the sport is declining, man. Heavily
And
declining.
how many times Spence go 50-50 with everybody, except
Oh my
when it
God,
comes to
bro.
smoking bud? I thought he was about that smoke, but he don't smoke bud. We all know that. You know what I mean? He must be on probation. We not sure what's going on. Can we figure it out,
Man.
y'all? Can we figure it out, man? But you know what I mean? It could be his team, but he's his own promoter.
no. I think he wanted that fight for. Yeah,
I'm my own promoter.
he wanted that fight for Undisputed though.
Big ups Ronald Finkley for the donation, bro.
Yeah,
What was
I
that,
like how
Vernon?
I think he wants that fight for Undisputed. He's gonna always fight Crawford, but he wants to get all the belts and he wants to make it like a big thing.
that way if he lose, he got blazed for all the belts, with all the belts on the line.
I think he may want the fight as well, but I'm saying when you out there saying things like he don't deserve the fight and all of that, and 60-40, I'm the big fish and I'm all that I think that kind of hurts. That kind of brings it down. You know what I'm saying? Because you overselling yourself and it makes you look bad. You know what I mean? Look at Tyson Fury. He said all that shit about Dillian White. Now Dillian White signed it. Now he's like, I'm fighting like this guy is Bruce Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to that? You know what I mean? It's all cap. It's all cap for promotion.
Yeah,
And he basically got
shit lined up. He got things lined up you got to do prior to even getting in there with Bud. And let's just face it, the all bullshit aside, the promotional companies don't want to get together because they don't want to lose they owe. They don't want to lose they cash cow. They want to cash out on that fight. That's what they looking to do. It's that simple.
Yeah, because if you lose, they like twice, like they talking about is Anthony Joshua is going to be in his career. Like I still think there's great fights for Anthony Joshua if he loses to Usyk again. I still think he could fight a lot of guys.
So he's gonna sell regardless.
Exactly.
Fight Wilder.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
need to fight
yeah.
Wilder.
And you know what? I gotta say that Grindhar's hit it on the button. That fight will still sell. Shit, we got Kell Brook and Khan,
Exactly.
and it still made money. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing too. When you look at these fights and these guys lined up, okay, big names sell big tickets, no doubt about it. I get it, but the matchup sells more tickets.
Mm-hmm.
The matchup sells more tickets. How can we prove it? Look, Earl Spence, Manny Pacquiao. But then motherfuckers wanted, they didn't show up because it wasn't Earl in there. Who's the bigger name? Manny.
Mm-hmm.
But the matchup itself is what's huge. So when you got Bud and Spence in there, that's a massive matchup. The money is there. They just don't want to lose their investment in the process. And they don't want to lose them titles in the process. That's all it boils down to. But guess what? Bud ain't got a promoter no more. So it ain't his side.
Let me ask you a question though, 1-2 Kid. With Bud not having a promoter now, is it even possible for him to does that diminish his negotiation rights and stuff going into the fight with Spence? Because if he was still with Bob Arum, now I know that there's when the fight is presented, somebody can just step in and present the money and things like that. But I don't know. It's just like if you're going into the fight by yourself, you pretty much you gotta play by PBC game. You know what I mean? So
no, I get it, but you know what? Mikey Garcia didn't have a problem with it. They didn't have a problem picking up Mikey Garcia here and there. He been bouncing around all over from the zone to the PBC. You know what I mean? He used to be with Top Rank, but he burnt his bridges. You know, you can't go against Bob at all. You know what I mean? If you want to do something there, but you know what? Bob's still pushing for that Josh Taylor Crawford fight.
do y'all think that let's just say Spence is victorious, because you know that's what PBC want. They want Spence to beat Ugas. And say he is victorious, does the PBC put up the money to make an undisputed match happen for Spence and Crawford like they put up the money for Canelo and Plant? Is this, or is it not doesn't strike their interest? Undisputed doesn't matter as much for them.
You know what? You know how I really feel like the PBC feel about Spence is with Caleb Plant and Canelo. They got Canelo for the fight. It brought viewers to PBC, other viewers. You know what I'm saying, from another side of the street, quote unquote. And they didn't have anything to lose in the Caleb Plant. They invested in Earl Spence. They don't want to lose Earl Spence. Earl Spence got them Texas. You know what I'm saying? They got Texas. That comes with Mexican fans, black fans, and white fans, because Texas ride hard for their squad. So I don't think they want to roll the dice. That's just the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want to roll the dice with them, and they want to stretch it for as long as they can, and then maybe they'll probably get it, on, or maybe I just hope it don't turn to buffering if he gets all 3 belts, and they go, yeah, we're gonna move up to 154.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking, like, to myself, like, man, I got a strange feeling that after he get, if he's successful versus Ugas, that he just gonna go up. I can't make weight. I can't make weight no more.
You know how big this fight would be with Charlo?
They gonna at least negotiate first, man.
At least. Yeah.
Bruh. And what y'all feel about Crawford, man? Crawford said, look, man, I done everything I could possibly do to try to make the Spence fight happen, but I am interested in the Castano Charlo winner. I'm like, God damn, big champ shit, boy.
Yeah, that's good. But he got
now the thing about it is, I'm gonna hold him to that. See what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about us. Like, you say some shit, you put yourself out there, okay. when that time come around, keep that same energy, bud.
You know what? Too, I think Jermell's the type of fighter that'll
Yeah, they
push
fight
the
them.
promoters to make that shit happen and go, "Oh, you want some?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that fight. I think that's why I do feel that these fighters, a lot of people automatically change the energy when it comes to the, fighters. Like, well, it's their management team, it's their promoters. But let's just be honest, man. Who they working for? They working for the fighter. The fighter, they're getting a percentage of the fighter money. So the fighters must be cool with the decisions that they making. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. I said that shit. I think we all been talking about it. I said like 3 years ago. Like they could be calling a promoter, man. Like, yo, make this fight happen. Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
What I'm paying you for?
Usyk need to get out of the Ukraine.
He need to get out of Ukraine.
Yeah, I heard that Russia trying to invade.
They're trying to invade. What you mean? Like,
I haven't seen the news. Y'all don't watch
The
news?
Russian
I ain't
army.
in Russia. Hell, nah, I don't even watch news like that, man. Too much negativity. But
Yeah,
you said they invading the Ukraine though, Russia?
they trying to invade the Ukraine. So I was like, Usyk and Lomachenko and Devenchenko, they need to get out before
Come
it's
to
looking like,
Vegas.
yeah, it's looking like any day now.
Ukraine getting invaded from both sides.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man.
They got the west and the east coming in, and they want them grounds. They want that land. They like number 2 in natural resources and all that. So both it's a power play by both the west and the east. So, and the Ukraine kind of want to just be left alone. They like, leave us the fuck alone, both y'all. So they kind of caught in the middle, but that could turn into a world war because you got all them people on the west side of the country. You know what I mean? The UN, and then you got the east on the other side. So yeah, that shit could go all the way south. And there's a lot of fighters out of Ukraine and a lot of fighters out of Russia. And then you even had the Klitschko brothers saying that they gonna arm up in the Ukraine.
Yep.
What? Damn, that shit's serious then. Damn.
If the shit go down.
Hey, ain't Vitaly like the mayor of the capital? Yeah, I think he's the mayor of the capital city in Ukraine.
Yeah. And now you got Lomachenko, you got Usyk, you got
Devenchenko.
Then you got on the Russia side, you could go on and on. The list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I don't know, man. It can affect probably some matchups as well.
That's why people saying that Usyk AJ fight ain't gonna happen. Somebody said it in the beginning of the year. I'm like, what you talking about? Of course it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends on the individual.
And it's hard for them to want to leave Ukraine and come to like America because our money is like 27 worth like 27 times more in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Sometimes when this shit go down, it hype the fighters up even more. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
They want to, they want to release and they want to give their people hope. So you know what I mean? We done seen it a lot, man. We done seen it a lot. And then, so I mean, maybe whatever. But all I know is, hey, man, it took a cruiserweight to jump up to the heavyweight division to clean it up.
Man. Issue with Crawford is all on PBC side, 154 and 147. We could catch up on some of these comments. Ronald said, man, he looked kind of old versus Ugas, but it was an electrifying fight.
Yeah.
Ulick says they ain't going to have Crawford come in and beat on Mans and Dip.
Right. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, that's why I said that one day he gonna have to sign like a 2-fight deal, 2-3 fight deal with them to get that Spence fight. Hopefully that be the first fight, Spence and then Spence rematch.
Well, that goes back to what Black said. You know what I'm saying? Well, if he got that energy, you know what I'm saying? He'll probably get an undisputed at 147 and an undisputed at, you know what I mean, or a unification at 154. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they might be buying him if they treating him right. Who knows? You know what I mean? He might stick around, and they'd be like, "All right, this is our new investment." You know what I mean? A little late in the game, but Get it while the getting's good. You know what I mean? So, hey, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It could work. You know what I mean? As long as we get the Castano, I would like to see that Castano fight happen. You know what I mean? I really would. And I think it's a little late in the game, like what Black said too, to be like, oh, nah, man, I think he's trying to duck VADA. It's like, VADA, you just not talking about it? Like, that was a good point. Like, that was a good catch.
I was like, wait a minute, bro. Like, then it made me think, like, if he didn't pull out with this quote unquote injury, would you even said anything? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit weird. Like,
I get it.
That it should have been had testing. So,
but it's getting to the point, like, with guys like us, we like just happy to hear VADA's involved, period. You like, you know what I'm saying? You just take anything. You like, all right, VADA's gonna be there for 2 days. You know
right.
Like,
8 days VADA testing.
Yeah, a lot of these fighters be having it for short times. I'd be like, what the hell?
1 week testing this shit, man. I gave it up to Chocolatito and Martinez. They testing. Katie Taylor and Serrano, they doing 2 months worth of testing. So big flame of fame and big champ shit to the ladies boxing, man. Serrano and Taylor. That's how you supposed to do it. Undisputed. When you got a big matchup like that, 2 people on that level, man, come on, man. A fair one. Should be a fair fight. And it shouldn't be no 2 weeks testing. How about 2 months like Katie Taylor and Serrano? You know what I mean?
I think it'll bring a lot of people back to boxing too. You know what I mean? If you put on
that
fights
particular
like
fight?
those type of particular fights, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't get the Wilder and AJ fight, and let's just face it, like, even with Tyson Fury, it's not gonna crack the numbers. It's not gonna crack the numbers that fight would have did. You know what I mean? It might come close. I'm not saying it's a bad fight. I'm just saying, like we miss out on these huge, like, where they hype the guys up all the way to the top. And imagine how exciting that fight would have been. And, I really felt like Wilder had an opportunity too and kind of thrown it away. And due to the fact that he was an investment. You know what I mean? And I feel like it would have really, because imagine if the PBC was undisputed at heavyweight.
They could have, man. It was, oof.
And can't nobody here tell me that right hand ain't capable of clipping AJ.
You
know
very
what I mean?
capable.
Right.
Very fucking capable.
Or vice versa. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, I mean, that makes it interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so why not put on these huge fights and let's get these? And we could get trilogies between these guys. You know what I mean? Earl and Bud. And, you know what I mean? If they could just set up like, that's like legacy shit. Pereira and Morales. You know what I mean? Manny and Marquez. You know, why not?
Yeah.
And it'll be massive. People are gonna tune in. So, I mean, just the matchup itself. You know what I mean? We get good, because that's what's gonna happen is the guys that are underneath are gonna get bigger names and make better money. Like you had Gotti and Ward. You know what I mean? These guys weren't like A-level fighters. They fought big names, but I mean, they weren't the upper onslaught, but they made huge money because they gave you the fights that you wanted to see. So
yeah, they offered Mickey Ward like 3 times the money he was finna get for the title shot next, the rematch Gotti. So he couldn't turn that.
Right, but that's what I mean though. But it's you giving them what they want. You putting your ass on the line and you getting paid for it because you're known to do that. Not you will do that or you might do that. You did it. You know what I mean? And then you got a guy like Porter who's willing to cross the street to say, you know what? Nah, man, I'll be. And they was friends too. Like they pulled out all the stops and the hurdles for that, and they still made it work. They still
that's
made
the type of shit that I like, man. If y'all 2 elite fighters and y'all friends, help your boy make some money.
Yeah. I remember that used to be a thing back in the days. He was like, yo, man, nah, that's my boy. I want to see him, get that payday. I've seen that happen.
I'm definitely talking to Tank, since he always, every name that they bring up to him, oh, he don't sell shit. Nobody knows it. That's all he said.
That's the type of energy that hurts boxing, though, and that's what
Will
pushes
help your
people
boy
away.
get known.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Sick of that energy in boxing, bro. That's really what it is. And then the ones
that
that
just to
encourage that
me.
energy.
Yeah, just to me, if we ain't focused on the branches of the tree, the problem, and you ain't focused on the root of it, then we're gonna keep fighting over this branch and that branch, and this dude on this side, this dude want make more money. This it's like all an illusion. And then in the meantime, boxing goes down. You know what I mean? The viewership drops. You know what I mean? The shit that boxing stood for no longer is what it stands for anymore. And then you like, what the fuck we watching? Who the champ? Who him? He got half a championship. What's that mean? Fuck you talking about? WBA silver. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
bro.
but it's like trying to explain that to another fight fan, or if someone coming into it is confusing it, drive them away. You know what I mean? Like, well, this guy ain't really the champ, and that was the number one contender, but he don't really want to fight that guy because this guy got over here and that guy over, and you like, oh man, this shit making my head hurt.
Here's a
Can
quarter of the
fight
championship.
promotions? You know what I'm saying? So now I just like, you know what I mean? I think I had a chat with Lisa, and I'm like, yeah, man, I put way too much energy into this shit.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is, man. We got some good fights lined up, though. I mean, some guys, and that was another thing that I brought up, man. Was like, yo, what? How come Shakur ain't getting props for fighting Valdez, but Valdez getting props for fighting Shakur?
Well, because everybody already considers Shakur as that guy. Nobody thought that Shakur would duck the Valdez, but a lot of people thought that Valdez would duck a Shakur. So yeah,
No,
it's all
yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying though, it's still a unification, and if he's as good as
right.
they say he is, you know what I mean? I'm like, the
Yeah,
energy is different, and I'm just like,
it is.
we got to keep the same energy for all these fighters, no matter what they look like. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because this dude making a unification, he jumping up to do it. He continuing to jump up, and he's only going to get bigger. So I'm like, yo, and if guys want to hang on Valdez and say, yo, man, I think this guy's going to pull it off, yo, more power to you, man. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But that shit probably ain't going to happen. But hey, man, if it does, good. And I'm glad he stepped up. And I'm like, why am I keep saying this, man? I'm still doing it right now. Why am I saying that he's stepping up? You know what I'm saying?
Stepping up.
Y'all watch that promo video of them? Valdez sound like he finna get his ass kicked. I'm gonna try my best to win.
Because if he's stepping up, but if he's stepping up, wouldn't that mean Shakur stepping down?
Yeah, everybody know Valdez is beneath him, but he got to go beneath himself to get that strap, man. Strap season. God damn it.
Hey, man.
You said Valdez sound nervous, man.
Man, I'm just happy that they making the fight happen, and I want to put them in the same boat. You know what I mean? All the way around.
Yeah.
Because they doing
man.
it, and that's the type of energy we need. We need the Josh Taylor energy. We need the Bud energy. You know what I mean? Spence, I would like to see Spence get in there and mix it up with these guys. I don't know why Thurman even in the picture. Now they talking about, yo, who should Brook fight next? It's like Brook.
Well, he's number 3 in the WBC. You know that?
Oh,
Thurman, number 3 in the WBC right now. Oh, for beating Barrios.
Corny, man.
yo, damn, man. Like
that's another issue in boxing. Terrible ratings, man. Rankings.
It's terrible matchmaking. Yo, listen. Why ain't Ben in there with Thurman? Why ain't Blair in there with Ben?
That should happen.
Why Virgil Ortiz need tune-ups? And why is Boots being froze out the way Bud was being froze out? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but is his energy even the same? Because Blair ran up on him and he was like, come on, man, you ain't even on my level. It's like,
damn.
But dude, like it's a okay name. It's a decent fight. The dude's undefeated. The dude got the energy to get in there with you. Yo,
it'll sell out in Philly. Yeah. It'll sell out in Philly or the Barclay.
Exactly.
East Coast. Hey man, wouldn't Spence and Ortiz sell out?
Hell yeah.
Does anyone think that Ortiz is on Spence level in accomplishments?
Good
All
point,
right,
bro.
So what's the fucking problem? You ain't getting a fight. You ain't getting in there with any of these guys because I think Bud been on the line waiting for a fucking unification long enough.
Long fuck enough, man.
And don't get me wrong, Boots is a hell of a fighter, but can the guy get a unification first? It's only been how many fights? I want to see that matchup. Don't get me wrong. I want to see that matchup, but can he get a unification with a Ugas or a Spence first? Then we can see you rank number 1. Now he got to defend the shit. You know what I mean? Yep. It's okay to be patient when it comes to certain shit, but you know what I mean? But we want to throw everybody into the fire that want all the smoke.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing too, 1-2 I hate the fact that for certain fighters, they expect them to have like 5 or 6 mandatory defenses and shit. And then other fighters, man, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, they get a pass.
And I do feel like, but I feel like Boots deserves a title shot. But I'm just like, oh man, you know what I mean?
Actually, Ortiz deserved it more than him, but Ortiz declined his shit. So yeah, Jerron Enos need to be bumped up to that next the next in line spot.
I'll tell you what would have been the best move to do is if Boots got that work with Ugas.
Then Spence got the work with
Ugas. I said if Boots got that work with Ugas, because if he got that work with Ugas, now he got not only does he got the undefeated record, he got something to offer for that undisputed. Yeah. Now there ain't no ducking him. Because that's exactly what it be.
If Ugas loses to Spence, he'll be a future Enos opponent for sure.
Future Enos opponent? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Ortiz.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool too. I'm just
somebody will try to catch him on the way down or on the way up. As they coming up, you know, they gonna try to catch maybe Ugas. Well, they might try to avoid that fool, man. You know them Cubans. You know that style, man. What's up, Fueler?
Hey, what's up? Top of the top. I actually talked to Jerron Enos's father. They were trying to fight Ugas, but Ugas said he'll fight him later on. That's what he said.
Oh, so he think he's gonna win.
That's a good stylistic matchup right there.
Yeah,
he said he'll just fight him later on.
I don't know if I see a knockout in that fight. That might go the distance. It's gonna be a chess match, man. Chess match right there.
Y'all think they gonna let David Morrell fight some real opponents, or I heard David Morrell want to fight?
Hell no. I even have a video on my channel right now because I went to the benefit. I'm telling you something. No, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to the Benavidez gym in Washington, and I talked with a member of Team Benavidez. This nigga is, and I hate to say this, but I said yes. So if David can't get a fight with Canelo or Demetrius Andrade, how about David Morrell? You know, they're on PBC together, and it's easy to make the fight. You know, I said, why not? This guy's going to say David Morrell is not ready. David Morrell is a good fighter. I don't want to ruin his career too early. I think he'll be ready to fight in 4 or 5 years. So I'm like, I just like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, yo, this guy, David Morrell, I'm sorry. Like for me personally, like he has it all. Switch hitting, mid-range fighting, outside fighting, inside fighting, power, speed. Like, it's just that he doesn't have the opponents to bring out the best in him. You know, he's getting rid of these guys so easily because nobody wants to dance with him. Believe it or not, John Ryder was his mandatory, but John Ryder didn't want to fight him. And now John Ryder is his mandatory again. And I'm pretty sure that John Ryder is going to, like, not fight him again. I think he's going to duck him once again.
Yeah, he gonna John Ryder finna use that robbery of Danny Jacobs to try to get a Canelo fight.
And Canelo gonna probably give him the fight too.
But I do think he did edge out Callum Smith though. He should have been the champ. I
heard quite a few people say that. I didn't watch that though.
Yeah, you know, he is going to try to get the Canelo sweepstakes, you know. He's going to, and Canelo will probably say, hey, you know, this is a fight in the UK for the fans. That's what Canelo's words will be, because he hasn't signed anything yet with the DAZN or the PBC deal.
Lisa, I think AJ might already be in there, in my opinion. But, you know, you kind of being hard on your boy. I think Y'all think I'm tripping to think that AJ might be already in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he need to do more. He need to rematch Andy Ruiz. He needs to
What?
yeah.
AJ needs to rematch Andy Ruiz?
Yeah, I think when because Andy Ruiz, he came in fat. He didn't really come in motivated. But I think if Andy Ruiz beats Luis Ortiz, and if he loses to Usyk, I think that would be a good fight.
Oh man. I don't think that beating Andy Ruiz is going to help him get up on the list, man. Hall of Fame list.
Who
Andy
else is
Ruiz is.
there?
I mean,
You
AJ
said he
got to
need to
get a
do
lot
more.
of defenses on his resume, though. I think he got like 6 or 7, something like that. I mean, that'll help him, man.
I mean, he two-time heavyweight champ. He's held 3 of the major world titles. He's got, one of the best resume probably at heavyweight. So I mean, how much more does he need to do, right?
A fight with Fury. He needs to fight Fury. Then he could get even if he don't win.
So undisputed did make it in. Undisputed.
Huh?
He got to become undisputed then.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think AJ's in right now, bro, because I think Wilder's finna get in with them 10 straight defenses, bro. Like the title defenses, that means a lot.
If Wilder in, AJ definitely in. That's my point.
Whether we think
in,
they
AJ
bums
in
or
there.
not, that in the record books, you get a lot of credit for that.
Fair enough, yeah.
And AJ got like 6 or 7 of them, and he got the best resume at heavyweight. He done fought Dillian White, Charles Barton. He fought a lot of them dudes. Klitschko.
Yeah,
I think he would get in.
And he fought Dillian White on the way up. He didn't fight him when he was a champion. He fought him on the way up before he became a champion.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go get some lunch, but we can wind down, man. About a 10-minute wind down. If y'all want to give some closing thoughts, man. Y'all want to update us on something, man? Shout out anybody, plug something. Do y'all think?
Yeah, man. I be on my channel. I do boxing all the time and shit. Y'all can hit me up. I'll go live all the time.
I didn't even know, bro.
But
I didn't even know you be putting up content.
Yeah.
Damn, my bad. I didn't even know. Let me get on. You got your link? Can you put it in the live chat?
Yeah, let me open up my computer.
Yeah, everybody in the live chat and the playback. Y'all subscribe to Grind Hard Sports. Support him, man. He been supporting this channel for a minute.
If I should plug my channel while you were doing your live or not. I never knew if I should do that.
And he was eating Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. And he was eating Saudi. Yeah, he was grubbing, bro. He need to rematch the buffet, man. AJ needs to win his titles back, says Haplo, to making it. If he win it, his titles back. Oh, he for sure.
He's definitely
that would be 3 times.
Because that's Lennox Lewis stuff right there. 3-time heavyweight.
That's a guarantee, I think. Ulick said he got to be undisputed. Damn, I don't know. I kind of feel like y'all being hard on AJ with that, man.
Yo, Andy was eating every time he did an interview before that second fight. He was eating I'm dead ass.
Krispy Kremes and shit.
He's like, it's okay. It's only 300 calories. Like, serving,
I only had 4 Krispy Kreme donuts. No, man, shut your fat ass. Hall of Fame standards is low, says Ulix.
Which we'll call AJ,
it. Go ahead.
I will say one thing. Virgil Ortiz, he ducked a he ducked a WBC title eliminator fight. Yeah, with the guy who stopped Josh Kelly. He ducked that thing. Whereas Jerron Boots Ennis is getting criticism over fighting Custio Clayton, but you don't see the same energy with Virgil Ortiz.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's that fight right there is a better matchup than what Virgil get ready to do, for sure.
No, I've been seeing like these little comments and these little Twitter. Yeah,
Castillo's undefeated too. Yeah, both of the guys that they fighting, Ortiz is fighting an undefeated guy, but that guy is 21-0 with 2 knockouts, and all his resume is out there in another country. He ain't got nobody that you know about on his resume.
And then he could have fought that one guy who beat Josh Kelly and been higher in the rankings, but nobody's talking about that.
David Admonition is a more solid opponent and more proven than the guy that Ortiz about to fight. That's for damn sure.
Right.
But to be fair,
they,
they could be both fighting better guys. I'm just saying.
That's true too. They both could be fighting better.
I don't think Boots can fight
Castillo,
better guys.
You don't think he could get that nobody even wants to dance with him?
Yeah, nobody wants to dance fight better guys. I think Virgil can.
Nobody wants that.
No, that's a fair statement. I think that could be that's a fair statement. I think.
Nobody wants smoke with him.
You know, I would say this
that's
though.
The thing. Like
Blair did.
If they were.
Blair wanted to smoke with him, and I would say Castillo ducked him, and then he came around and accepted the fight because he did duck him before, like a year ago. And Jerron Ennis was on his head. He was like, you know what, man, you gonna keep ducking me, or you ready for the smoke now? So I gave props to Castillo for stepping up this time. But Castillo is more proven and is a more qualified opponent than Blair the Flair. So
I don't think Blair's ranked high.
Out there. Blair's not ranked higher than Castillo.
Ennis is ranked high, bro, in all the sanctioning bodies. He's like top 3 in all of them. And I don't think Blair is even top 15.
Nah, he not.
Right.
He not.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, he not.
I'm just saying.
I know he did pull up on him after the fight and all that, but I don't really take that one seriously like that.
Man. I don't take what Ben talking about either. He talking about fighting Eubank. It's like, yo, you got Ortiz.
No, he's talking about fighting Kell Brook too. The thing is, I don't really
awful.
No,
he's not calling out champions. He's not.
No, here's the thing about Conor Ben, and people may not agree with me, but he's one of these UK level fighters. When he meets a American fighter or a seasoned fighter, that train's going to stop right away. Like that's just what I see. Like I'm just not trying to be like. I mean, there are some good UK fighters. Don't get me wrong, like Josh Taylor, Tyson Fury, but for the most of them, they're like, bro. They're like cornballs. I'm just not trying to be disrespectful, but like even when James Toney was fighting, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubanks ducked James Toney, and he talked about their mama. Hey,
but I'm gonna keep it real though about Conor Ben. Though, Conor Ben, he got the tools to be elite though, man, and he's progressing right now. You know what I'm saying? If you watch the Granados fight, he was just like all over the place. And with this Algieri fight, he was patient. And you know what I'm saying? He was more accurate with his punches. He's developing. Like he one punch knocked that man out.
Yeah.
I just wish he wasn't so patient about enrolling in VADA. But go ahead, y'all.
But I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree. But I also agree with the last statement. If these guys are such, washed up or cornballs, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's find out, because when they do that shit to Andre, motherfuckers got different energy. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Just let's see. You might be surprised. And honestly, I'm not sure if Conor Ben Sr. ducked Tony. I know Eubanks did, but Conor Ben.
He did duck Tony.
He also
Nigel Ben did duck Tony.
And if you could say, okay, so he ducked Tony and fought who?
I don't even know who he fought, but he did duck James Toney though.
McClellan.
Oh.
He fought out of the same gym as James Toney, the guy that Roy Jones didn't want to fight. So I wouldn't necessarily say a guy like. I think Nigel Ben is the type of guy that would have fought anybody. Like it was just his makeup. He just wasn't that type. Eubank, he was more calculated in what he did, but I don't know if Conor Ben was ducking him. Like he looked pissed. Oh, Eubank was like, I don't want no smoke. You know what I mean? But it just got Conor Ben hyped. So I mean, and I'm a James Toney fan. He's like my favorite fighter. But you know what I mean? One of them. But
his name.
Yeah,
Nigel Ben.
I think he can beat. I think he can beat Brook right now.
Conor? No. I have to see more from Conor. I'm not big on Conor like y'all talking. You know what I mean?
I'm not big on him either. I'm not even really big on Brook. I think
I take personally,
I
Maybe he can catch
Me,
him
I
now,
think
but I don't know.
I think Kell Brooks juiced to the gills myself.
Yeah, he was way
Maybe.
bigger than Khan.
VADA or
Maybe.
nada, man.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I,
man.
like me personally, I think he's juiced to the gills because I don't know if because even Khan said there's concerns with he had concerns with the drug testing, and I'm gonna be honest, Kell Brooks' trainer has had a series of fighters get caught for
That's
some
true.
PEDs. So
What's his name? What's
I'm
his
kind
name?
of like I
I
don't
would
know his training.
suggest Brooke to fucking retire right now on top and just say, yo,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was
me
why
thinking,
too.
man.
he been in there with so many big names. He been in there with decent fighters. He been in there with Spence. He been in there with Triple G when nobody wanted to fight the guy.
Yeah,
Khan
for
too,
real.
both of their ass.
Yeah, and then he iced Khan, and Khan been talking shit about him for decades.
Yeah.
Khan fought Canelo and Bud. Khan fought a whole bunch of people too.
Yeah,
Danny, he done fought everybody.
absolutely. I'm just saying, but he was. I feel like Brooke was kind of on the ass end of that stick, and I feel like you know what, he had the short end of the stick, and he proved, you know, a couple nights ago that wasn't the same Khan in there, but that wasn't the same Brooke either. And so hey,
Hula
man,
said he was juiced.
yeah, who knows, man?
He was juiced to the gills.
The juice brook, huh?
He was juiced to the gills.
Hey,
I
man,
mean,
you know what? To
as
be
far
honest
as
with you, man, I feel like Brooks should make it. If I was in the board with the Hall of Fame board, I would vote Brooke in just for being on some big champ shit, man. I like Brooke. He fought everybody, man.
Yeah,
He ain't no
that's why I
punk.
hope Porter get in. I'm not sure, but I hope he do.
Yeah,
Oh,
Porter.
me too.
Porter he was a dog, man. He fought everybody, man. He fought everybody.
Yeah, I think they gonna let him in.
I hope so.
I'll vote for him.
I would think
If they
And
do
he's
a
in the
YouTube
media
vote,
now, so that'll help him too.
I'll probably draw up a poll, man, and see what the people feel like who should get in and shit.
Because I mean, he fought Broner, he fought he fought Brooke when it, you know what I mean. He fought Spence, Bud, Thurman, fucking Garcia, Ugas.
Yep.
Like he fought all
Ugas.
these guys that
Yep.
he was the throw around guy, man. He was in there and he was mixing it up with all of them. He was on some big champ shit.
He
And
fought everybody and still only came out with 3 losses, man.
Yo,
That's impressive,
and on
bro.
top, and not being the favorite either. And you know what? There
is.
wasn't one boring fight he was in.
Nah, hell nah.
no, I'll give him respect.
Shit, if Jerry Query can get in there, Sean Porter should.
Yo, he probably got the best resume.
You talking about what's weight?
Yeah, maybe today.
Well, if those losses was dubs for sure, but
well,
yeah.
no, I mean a resume of competition, and you're gonna get.
I feel like
yeah,
if
I
he
mean, as
had
far as
more pop,
competition,
he'd
hell
damn
yeah.
near be undefeated.
Right.
Yo, he would've
Bradley,
fought
I think Bradley was the same type way. If that motherfucker had power, he'd be fucking everything.
Yeah, fucking Sean Porter and Bradley would have been a hell of a fight, a headbutt fest, but a hell of a fight.
Because man, especially he was popping Bud ass. Like even like in the 8th, 9th round, he was catching Bud ass clean.
Yeah, that fight was a good fight. I liked it, man. I saw a lot of stuff I like from Bud. I like the things he was doing in that fight. It was very cool.
And I think people say Bud's legs ain't the same. I don't think he was using them because I don't think Porter was hurting him like that.
Yeah,
So he didn't feel like he had to use his legs like that.
When Bud pushed him across the ring like that, I was like, the fight is over.
Yeah, the end of the 3rd round.
Yeah, the way when he shoved him, I was like, and just threw him up into the ropes and shit. I was like, yeah, this fucked up his whole game. I honestly feel like, fuck it, I'll keep it to myself, man.
Bud a beast with that left hand, dog. He was, man, them hooks to the body, and them uppercuts, man, he was nailing Porter, man.
Underrated body shots, man.
Underrated period, bro.
Full extension in the body shot.
Is Bud in VADA? Is Bud in VADA?
He wasn't. But
Hey,
that
we
fight,
flamed him for the Porter fight because he was in VADA for every fight, and then when he got ready to fight Porter, there was no VADA to be seen at all. I was looking too. I was
You
like,
know what? You know
where the
what's
shit?
crazy too? You know why I find ironic though? You know why I find really ironic? He talking about if I can't get the Spence fight, I would like to fight the Castano and Charlo winner. And it's like, okay, so you moving up to 154, do you feel your power is going to carry there, or do you have the super soldier serum with you when you're moving up to 154? You know, that raised my eyebrows.
Hey, Fool of Sports, to be continued on that. Because believe me, I got a close eye on that shit.
Hold on. You gotta be fair now, y'all. Well, Bud moved up from 135 to 140 to 147 on VADA. And his power carried over.
That's why I said to be continued. I'm not gonna jump the gun yet. But it is some slight suspicions. You know, I had my slight suspicions because
I'm not going to jump the gun either.
But
I'm not going to jump the gun.
It's a fair, you know, analysis though.
But you're saying,
yeah.
So you think if he might have tasted it in his last fight, he'd be like, yeah, let's go up to 154.
Let's go.
I don't know. I'm not gonna assume anything. But I'm just gonna say I don't know.
You don't know.
You know
I hope not, but I wouldn't put it past.
But you know, Brooke was juiced to the gills, though, right?
Hell yeah, you can tell. You can just tell. Hell yeah, he was juiced to the gills. You can just tell. Look. Even the way he was punching, you can just tell. I'm like, yeah, this guy. He looks just
every
so
punch
stiff.
was hurting Khan.
Yeah. Nah, he just looks stiff too.
That's Khan too, though. I mean, when is to be honest with y'all though, Brooke always looks like that.
I mean, he has been shredded pretty much his whole career, but I don't know. A lot of people say he had new muscles on his back and shit for this one, so I don't know, dog. I didn't notice VADA for Porter versus Crawford says wrong. Yeah.
He had extra muscles.
Yeah.
Y'all crazy, man.
Which was going to be juiced to the gills too. Oscar Valdez is going to be juiced to the gills.
No, he not. They got VADA. Hold up. I'm glad you brought that up because I did check and they ain't VADA tested yet. So that's kind of weird because I thought your boy Oscar. I thought Oscar was on probation.
I think Shakur had threw a jab at him about that shit on Twitter like a couple days ago about some T-shit.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up, bro.
Yeah, he said he was drinking coffee and he said something along the lines of, "I hope it's clean."
Oh, he got his comment section. Yeah, man. Hope you ain't got no phentermine tablets in that motherfucker, man. But nah, man. I think they need to go ahead and report that because I was looking on the VADA page. Like I said, I seen Serrano and Taylor. I seen Chocolatito and Martinez, but I did not see Shakur and Valdez. So that's suspect right there. And he's supposed to be on probation.
It's a clean boxing program. The WBC is using the clean boxing program. That is not enough to affect an ant.
Brano said Brooke had demon wings on his back. Yeah, man, that shit did look kind of exclusive muscles that nigga had. Yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up though, man. We're gonna wrap it up. I'll let you already call me. I'm supposed to be meeting her for lunch, but y'all got anything else, man? I'm gonna probably go live tomorrow if y'all are available around this time.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. I'll be here. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, appreciate you, Black, man. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Black. And,
yes, sir.
If these dudes don't do VADA or nada, man, this how I'm looking at Shakur, man. I'm like,
bruh. Tell you.
You ain't doing VADA? Oh, man.
Tell you, man.
Bad business.
So like 1-2 said, man, you know, just do the VADA testing and we'll, you know, we ain't gonna have the Shakur Stevenson emotional face out here, man. Just clean up the sport. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in for this one. Shout out to the playback. And we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Deuces.
All right. Yep.